What's up, guys? Michael here from Crypto Mining Lab, and welcome to another video. Before we start the video, I just want to apologize for the sound quality on my previous videos, where the sound was really bad. But hopefully today we're gonna be fixing that problem. I'm currently using a microphone, and that should fix the issue. Okay, done with that. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about a very discussed and a very important topic, especially for people coming into mining, and which is choosing your hardware choosing your hardware, as well as which token you're going to be mining in order to make a passive income. Okay, before we start that, I just want to put a disclaimer. This is not a financial advice, and before you put in any investment on any type of investment, you have to do your due diligence and do your research. And everything I'm gonna be talking about in this video is based on my experience mining cryptocurrency, as well as dealing with the hardware. So done with that. So in order to make that decision, there are a lot of factors you have to take in consideration in order to make the decision on which hardware, which miner you're gonna be buying, and which token you're gonna be mining. And that will be based on the different factors, such as your budget, your mining location. Either you're gonna be mining at home, or in a garage, or in a farm, and as well as the cost of your electricity, which is very crucial, and as well as other factors which we're gonna be discussing in this video as well. So we're gonna be splitting this video into 3 parts. The first part, we're gonna be talking about making the decision and choosing the hardware, as well as the token you're going to be mining. The second part is going to be dedicated for buying the equipment itself, and how to buy and where to buy it from. The third part, which is the most important, is the mining process itself, and the making your passive income. Okay, without further to talk, let's get into it and start with the first part. So the first thing you have to consider if you're going to run a crypto mining operation is your location, mining location. So whether you're going to be running the mining operation at home, in your garage, in your living room, or in a specific warehouse or a specific farm specifically built for asic miner. So in order to choose that, so you have to decide first where you're going to be running your operation. So as you can see here, to put things on perspective, we have 3 different miners here, different sizes, different requirements, different power consumption. They mine different tokens. Here we have the HS box, which is a mini how to say it? This is a mini ASIC miner. It basically has only one hash point inside with a few chips inside. So this is not a powerful unit. That's why it doesn't create heat. It doesn't require a lot of power, so it doesn't consume a lot of electricity. So you can run it at home just from your own power outlet, and it doesn't make any noise. So this is perfect for home mining. But again, you have to consider how much this hardware costs and how long it's going to take you to make your return on investment. The second unit we have here, this is a mid-size ASIC miner. This is an X5 from Goldshell as well. This is mining LTC, light client. Compared to this one was going to be making a lot of noise, and it is going to be consuming a lot of electricity compared to this one. But when you take this one and you compare it to this big boy, the C16, the mining Bitcoin, then the X5 is going to be less noisier than this one, and it consumes less electricity. This one is rated at 3,400 watts compared to this one 1,400. So that's a big difference. It's almost double the electricity. So your mining operation location is very crucial. So you have to decide first where you're going to be running your mining hardware. So the second thing, we're going to be going into how much profit you're going to be making daily on a specific ASIC miner. So the ideal is to make your ROI time shorter. So because in order to make a passive income, in order to say that you're making an income, a passive income you're earning, you have to pay first for your hardware. This is where people are wrong. So if you haven't paid for your, for your initial investment, if you didn't make your initial investment, you cannot say you're making any passive income, because it's not passive, because that's your own money. You haven't made it yet. So until you make your initial investment back, then you're gonna be making money, making profit from money. So the shorter the period, the better. But it doesn't work always like that. And let's talk about how to calculate your daily income based on your ASIC miner, as well as other factors as well. All right, now let's talk about how do you calculate your profit, and how long is going to take you to make your return on investment, your ROI. As we said earlier, the ideal is the shorter the better, but it doesn't always work like that, because that depends on your hardware. The condition of your hardware is very important, because if buying a second-hand unit and buying a brand new unit, it makes a lot of difference. Yes, the second hand is going to be cheaper, but also it's going to be prone to a lot of failures. Uh, so you have to consider that maybe a second-hand unit, depends on where you buy it from and the condition of the second-hand unit. You might run into the problem before even making your ROI. So you have to consider spending extra money just to fix that particular unit, compared to a brand new unit where you have a warranty from the factory, but also the warranty is gonna last for a year. The maximum is 1 year. So you have to consider how much you're gonna be paying for a brand new unit, and how long is gonna take you to make your return on investment for that particular miner. If it's gonna take you more than 1 year, then again, if the miner fails before making its return on investment, then it's also a problem. But I think, in my opinion, there is a lot of misconceptions out there when it comes to calculating your profit from your miner, your daily profit, because there are a lot of websites out there. They give you an estimation on how much you can make on a particular miner, on a particular token, but that's based on the market price for that token at that moment. And in cryptocurrency, as everyone knows, it's a very volatile market. So the price doesn't stay at one level all the time. It's not like a fixed value. So you have to consider, I think the best way, in my opinion, is take any token, any coin. You have to do your calculations and see the average price of that specific token during a period of 6 months or 1 year. Because if you're gonna be running a miner, there is the fastest time frame you're gonna be making your return on investment is gonna take you at least 5 to 6 months. This is the fastest, and some of the miners that are gonna take you up to 2 years. So basing your calculations on on a particular day market price is just wrong. So I think the best way to do that is take the average price of that specific token during a 6-month period or a 1 year period, make your calculations, and base your calculations on that price, not on the actual market price when you purchase your hardware. Because let's say there is an ASIC miner out there, it's making 50 bucks a day, or it's making 100 bucks a day profit, after deducting your electricity costs and everything. But the thing is, how much you're gonna pay for that specific miner, and how long it's gonna take you to make your return on investment. Because this is very important, because this miner might make $100 today, and it's gonna take me a year to make my return on investment. What will be the price after 2, 3, 4, 5 months? This is very important, because if you base your calculations just on that particular period, then instead of making your ROI in, let's say, in 1 year, if the market goes down, then you're gonna be extending your ROI into 2, 3 years or whatever. So it's very crucial to base your calculations on an average price, not the actual market price. This is my opinion. And also, it's very crucial to choose the coin you wanna mine. There are a lot of proof of work coins out there, but you wanna look for a stable, not a stable in terms of price, because there is no stable price in a crypto market. So what I mean by stable means a token that's been out there for a long time, such as Bitcoin and, let's say, Litecoin. So if you're gonna be mining a token that is brand new, it's been out there for a couple of months or 3 months, you never know what's gonna happen to that particular miner in 1 or 2 years. So this is just based on to make your ROI. We're not talking about any profits yet. So this is my opinion. So it's very important to choose the price you base your calculations on, and the coin you're going to be mining. And let's go to the next step, where we're going to be talking about buying your hardware. Okay, now let's talk about buying your hardware. Where do you buy from, and how do you buy them? Okay, so the ideal is to buy directly from the manufacturer, especially when it comes to brand new miners. But as everybody knows, this is basically almost impossible, because every time the manufacturer puts their goods online for sale, they just run out of stock. And also there is the problem where resellers and dealers take a large amount of orders. So for the individuals that want to get into mining, it's really hard for them to buy directly from the manufacturers. And also there is the big problem, which is pre-orders, which is I'm really against pre-orders, because especially if you pay for something and then you receive it after I don't want to mention any names, but there are cases where people paid for their miners pre-order for like 6, 7 months, 8 months, and they haven't even received the thing. In my opinion, I'm really against any pre-order, because people are investing money to make an income. So if I pre-order something and it's going to take half a year to be delivered, then I think that doesn't matter if it's the manufacturer or the reseller, just going to be using your money instead of you earning money. So I'm against that. And when it comes to second-hand miners, it's very important to choose balance between price and the condition of the miner itself. So you don't want to go for the cheapest one, because usually the cheapest means it's not good, and you don't want to buy a miner that runs for 1 month and then stops, or gives you trouble, fails to mine or whatever. So there is always a balance between quality and price. There's no way you're gonna get a high quality with a cheaper price. That doesn't exist. And I suggest that you spend a little bit extra money just to make sure that whatever you're getting, it's gonna be running properly, and it is gonna at least make its return on investment. So this is very important. And the second thing I want to talk about is when you purchase online, because they the market now is really, especially when it comes to buying secondhand or brand new miners, you just have to be careful. There's a lot of scams out there. I'm not saying that everyone is scammer, but there are a lot of legit companies out there, resellers, but there's also a lot of scammers. So it's not only scams, but some people will sell you, especially when it comes to secondhand miners. They just give you a cheaper price and send you the miner. Maybe it's gonna be, you don't know exactly the exact condition. So and it's very important to go through a dealer or a reseller that's offering some kind of secure payment, uh, let's say PayPal, credit cards. So just in case they don't deliver the goods, so you can get a refund, because the whole idea of people investing money in the in mining cryptocurrencies is because people want to make an extra income. And if someone if someone takes your hard earned money, scams you for that, that's really terrible. So you have to be careful about where you buy your hardware from. uh, so this is very important. So choose carefully where you buy your hardware from, and just make sure, just go with someone that have a good communication, so you can get on the phone with them, video call them, uh, you know, show you the hardware. Because okay, the idea is to go and pick up your hardware yourself, so you can check it, do everything yourself. That's the best way, but it's not always the case. So just make sure that your seller is legit. He's offering some kind of secure payment, and also they have really good communication where you can get in touch with them, like via email or phone calls or video calls, just to make sure that everything you're getting what you're really paying for. So that's my suggestion. And now let's move to uh, the next step, which is the next and the last step, which is mining and saving your earnings. The last, not least, step of part of this video, which is mining itself and saving your earnings to a wallet. So basically what you need to have is you need to join a pool, and this is very important because different pools charge different fees, different rates of fees for different tokens. So the less fee you're paying to a pool, the better, because especially if you're running only one or two miners. So because your income is, your earnings are too small, and if you have to pay an extra fee to a pool, then that is going to make a whole difference. So in it's very important to choose carefully on which pool you're going to be joining. Uh, so to minimize your fees. So the less you pay, the better. And back in the days before you know mining pools exist, you have to have really a good knowledge about computers and softwares in order to mine cryptocurrency. But with these pools, it's a lot easier, especially with asic miners, where they run their own software, so you don't have to download anything. It comes with its own software. The only thing you have to do is you have to specify your mining pool address, and your username, and the pool is gonna pay you, a portion of whatever it's mined on that period of time, based on how much you contribute to the work done. And the next thing is saving, transferring your earnings from your pool account to a wallet. We can argue all the time. Most of the people saying, it's not safe to go with exchanges. For me personally, I prefer to send all my earnings from mining to an exchanger wallet. There are a lot of exchanges there. Personally, I use Binance, but there are a lot of exchanges out there, and the reason for that is because, as we all know, the market price in cryptocurrency is very volatile. So because if you want to exchange your earnings, doesn't matter which coin you're using, if you want to exchange your earnings to a stable coin where you can exchange them to a currency, that a usable currency, you need an exchanger. So if you're putting your earnings into a wallet that doesn't, it's not an exchanger, so you cannot exchange it to, let's say, a USDT stable coin, then, you know because the price moves up and down fast. So if he let's say if he hits all-time high and you want to sell, then you have to transfer that, your earnings from your coins from this wallet to an exchanger, and then exchange them for a stable coin. Sometimes that transaction will take times. And also you have to consider the gas fee, let's say, for especially for, let's say, for Ethereum. So instead of paying all those transfer gas fees, so you just mine directly to an exchanger, and then you can sell, you can exchange your coins to a stable coin in just one click. So it doesn't take time. You don't have to pay any extra fees. That's just my my personal preference. So we can argue all the time that some of the exchanges are not safe and everything, but this is what I do. So I mean, want to explain the reason why I'm doing that. So I hope you guys learned something from this video, and this is all based from my own experience. As I said in the beginning of the video, this is not a financial advice, and I hope some people you learn something from this video. If either you are new to mining or you're the experienced miner, just to hear from from different people, different perspectives of mining. And by the way, I'm setting up a website uh, for this channel, so I would have my own website in, in the near future, where people can use services where they offer like sourcing, especially secondhand and brand new miners. Since I'm based in China, I've been here for 10 years, so I have access to the to the market. Uh, I will leave. I haven't finished the website yet, but I'm working on it. Once it's done, I will leave a link below, so you guys uh, can get in touch with me through email, or or just to check the website and the service we're offering. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comment section if you have any questions, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.